thank you very much. For me, I'll start by the person I met at the gate, who is senior, when I came here a few years ago. I'd like to say thank you to Kinyo. And he welcomed me, and through him I met Suk and Nze. They're very kind people, very humble people. They took me in as their own daughter. Mr. Nze could never hide his smile. Every time he looked at me, he said, "Look at this beautiful girl." That's one thing I'll always remember for her. And also Suk, she took me in, she carried me as her own. She advised me from time to time. And honestly, what you do to others is the same thing that will come back to you. Thank you very much, Suk. God will bless you, protect you, and give you the strength to take this time. I know it's not easy, but with God, nothing is impossible. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Take this chance to thank my landlady and landlord and my boss in particular. Since I came here 10 years ago, he has stayed with me. He has been supportive to me and to my family. Especially Dr. YOO has taught me so much, so many things spiritually and how to live a humble life. He has helped me in one way or the other together with his wife. And now that he has departed, he has left us. I personally feel saddened, and also my family. But we know that there is nothing we can do about it. But we pray that Mrs.YOO and family, God will continue to be with them as I continue to work for them with their compound and my tenant, their tenant. They have been very cooperative with me, especially Brother Paul and Fred and all the others. So, Suk, what I can tell you is that I'm here for you, and I will continue praying for you and your family until I shall go out of this place. Thank you, Suk, and God bless you.
Suk, we're gathered here today, this morning, to celebrate the wonderful life of Dr. YOO, your husband and our dear friend. You can see we're all gathered here to remember Dr. YOO. I've been living here in this compound for 3 years, I think more than 3 years now, and it's just been the most fantastic experience to be living in such a community as this. And the warmth, the kindness, the generosity of Dr. YOO and his dear beloved wife Suk can never, ever be forgotten. He was a terrific man, and the one thing that I will remember about Dr. YOO is his voice. He was a wonderful singer, and he would sing before meals, after meals, all the time praising God as well. He was a terrific man. And you know, he's left many, many friends behind who are very, very sad. Very, very sad. And he's done so much good here in Kenya for the people of Kenya. So we're here to say, to mourn the loss of Dr. YOO, but also to thank God for bringing him here, and so we could share with this wonderful man. So thank you again, and may the soul of Dr. YOO rest in peace. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, Mama Suk, it's quite difficult for me to pick the right words to eulogize your dear husband, Professor YOO, who was such a friend, just more than a landlord. He was really typically a friend. So as you all know, I am among the most recent tenants who came to this house. I came during difficult times of the pandemic, and I kept looking for accommodation while sleeping in a hotel for nearly 2 weeks. And I saw different houses, but I wasn't content. I want to think it was fate that brought me here through Cecilia, whom I came to meet through Esther, and whom I came to meet through one of my friends from Uganda who was working here. And when I got here into the house, instantaneously I couldn't think of another looking for accommodation anymore. So I came here, and it's come to be home for me, with wonderful neighbors. But I think the charm of all of this comes down from you, Suk, and our departed friend and your husband, Mzee. We fondly called him Mzee. The day Kinyo told us about this very sad event, very unfortunate event, I was sort of struck like by, the thunder, lightning sort of, and it was very difficult to take. Same thing when I conveyed the message to my wife, she screamed. And so, Suk, you and Mzee, we know that you loved us so much as a young couple. And today I stand here putting on this which was given me by Mzee in memory of him, and this black tie that Mzee also gave me in honor of him, and to say there's so many things to think about Mzee, but one particular thing which I also share with Paul about, I would say maybe two. One was his wonderful voice. Mzee would sing and it would vibrate around you. It would give you so much joy in his age. I envied his voice. And I know Mzee, as a Christian, as a believer, I know Mzee is not gone forever. I know Mzee is watching us this very hour. And Mzee, I just want to say, we love you so very much, where you're watching us from. And Suk, this could be the saddest of moments for you, but I invite you to, as a believer, to trust that Mzee lives with the Lord he served and loved. And as I said, he has gone to prepare you a way, and I'm sure he will not abandon you. Mzee also, apart from his voice, he had this generous smile, and would always be smiling and so on, and with so much joy. And for you, Suk, knowing that Mzee died, knowing you were everything to him, you loved him dearly, is one thing that should console you. And know that Mzee touched so many people's lives. And so my family and myself wish you every courage and comfort in the difficult times. And to your family, your children, your son and your daughter and your grandson, and all of the family and the people connected with you, may the Lord of mercy grant a blissful repose to Mzee's soul. Amen.
Amen.